Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 4th episode of Brat Said That. I am your host, Brat Jackson, and I got a huge starting off the show with a new addition to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a microphone now. Testing. Yes, we got a microphone. We're official like a referee with a whistle. I try to rotate it diagonal, but Facebook Live was like, hey, you can't do that. So it's going to be horizontal now. But as always, we start off with a cracking open of the Coke Zero. Let's get the show started. How was your weekend? My weekend was fantastic. I would just like to send a congratulations to the Hernandezes for a very beautiful, beautiful wedding. It was great. Las Vegas golf course, great food, great atmosphere. Richard and Tiffany, Mazel Tov. Here is to your beautiful life together. But let's get started. As always, we're going to start inside the squared circle. We got Raw tonight. Roman Reigns, he's coming back. CM Punk, he's coming back. Go watch Raw. Like I said last week, it's on the USA Network. It's on Netflix. It's somewhere out there. I gotta be honest. I made a mistake. I am not perfect. I made a mistake. I said for the longest time that this crown jewel was gonna be in Saudi Arabia. It's not. It's gonna be in Perth, Australia. My apologies to the land down under. I thought for the longest time it was gonna be in Saudi, but it's not Perth. Watched SmackDown on Friday. Cody Rhodes teamed up with Randy Orton against Division. A little bit of hatred there between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. So they might be doing a little something, pulling that little. What's the vision for the vision? Who knows? But yeah, Raw is tonight. Go watch it. I do have some bad news. I was looking forward to doing my first ever live watch along, but I can't tomorrow. I got that dreaded thing called work. So I will be working, but we will still be doing watch alongs in the future. And yeah, I was looking forward to it. But go watch NXT TNA Showdown. I'm excited for that. Breaking news, Jordan Grace is going to be the guest referee for the NXT TNA Ladies Survivor Series match. I call it Survivor Series, but we know it's not Survivor Series. It's elimination. And say his name and he appears. Joe Henry will be doing the men's. I think that's perfect. Jordan Grace has a lot of history with not only TNA, but NXT. Like she said in her interview herself, she was kind of the barrier to break the walls down. No Chris Jericho, pun intended. And, I mean, Joe Henry is one of the most entertaining things right now. Say his name, and he appears. Okay. Must have not said his name much louder than that. But yeah, it was a little slow week in wrestling. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna take a swig. Oh, that's delicious. And I got the champ has a champ cup. Come on now. I'm gonna be honest, AEW. I didn't watch it. I'm trying to, folks. I'm really trying to get into AEW. I just, Wrestle Dream's coming up, and yeah, I mean, I'll get my thoughts on Wrestle Dream closer to when it happens, but I don't know too much about AEW. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best, but this is gonna be a mixed martial arts heavy show because we just had UFC 320, and what a show it was. I got home just in time for the 2 co-main event and the main event. Marab, the Machine, dominant once again. Congrats to Corey Sandhagen, though, because Corey's, I don't even know, this is not even connected or anything. I'm just putting on the colors, make it look official. Corey Sandhagen took what Marab gave him and got back up, but it's crazy too, because that fight, it was so dominant on Marab's part, but it didn't seem dominant. Like, if it wasn't Merab, who has history of just dominating opponents like Usman and Sean O'Malley twice, look, he's just so good. I don't know who's gonna beat Merab. I truly don't. I'm just gonna make sure it says I'm live. I'm just making sure I'm live. I like to see myself in the background of things. But we have a new, once again, UFC light heavyweight champion, Alex Pereira. Wasted no time whatsoever. 1 minute and 20 seconds. Are you kidding me? Okay, so if you don't remember, Alex Pereira was a former UFC light heavyweight champion. He lost the championship. Then he won it back on Saturday. He won it back on Saturday in 1 minute and 20 seconds. He said the first fight he was injured. It went to a decision, and Goliath won the belt very closely. But yeah, he just dominated 1 minute and 20 seconds. Oh my God, he was laying those 12-6 elbows. If any MMA fan remembers, this 12-6 elbows. Matt Hamill, John Jones, only loss on John Jones' record. They're legal now. Back then they weren't illegal. Back in 2010, they just recently, I think, got made legal. But that was bad. 1 minute and 30. He is a new light heavyweight champion. He's talking about going up to heavyweight. I want to see him continue down on 205. I think there's a lot more fights. Speaking about challengers, I know he defeated him twice already. But Yuri Prochazka, that fight of the night against Khalil Roundtree. Oh my God, knocking out Khalil in the middle of the third round. That is the fight of the night. So what's next for him? We can't forget Carlos Sjoberg. He won the fight last week. So do you do Yuri versus Sjoberg to decide who wins against Pereira or what? But yeah, what a fight. Khalil Roundtree is a monster. He is a beast. So really, the UFC light heavyweight division is exciting. It's one of those divisions that aren't really exciting because 205, it's weird. You know, you're not big enough to be a middleweight. You're not tall enough to be a heavyweight. You know what I mean? So that's always been like a division. And plus, John Jones, he ran that division for decades. But it's fun to be on top of the 205 division. And in the main card, we have Pfeiffer and Zalal. They won with submissions. I love submissions. Seeing Zalal pull off a submission that quick against Josh Emmett. And then Pfeiffer. I didn't pick Pfeiffer on my predictions, but he proved me wrong. What submissions? I love submissions. Anytime there's a good submission, like a good arm bar. I love a good arm bar, and Zalal proved me right. So see, that's the thing. I gave him my submission leg, but you know what happens if I give you awards? You don't win any money. Dana White, okay, here's the thing. Dana White he does performance of the night and fight of the night. I like fight of the night, knock of the night, submission of the night. You might not always get a submission, you might not always get a knockout. But here, on Brat said that, you get the fight of the night, knockout of the night, and submission of the night. And Zalal, congrats, you won the submission of the night. Khalil Roundtree, Yuri Prochazka, you won fight of the night. And knockout of the night. Excuse me. Let's take another sip. We're at 3 viewers. One more will break the tie. No, that one did too. Shit. And I gotta give the knockout of the night to Pereira. 1 minute and 20, you get your light heavyweight championship back. Congrats. Oh, now that I want to scare everybody away. But we also got to go over to the Professional Fighting League. That used to be, what is it, Bellator. Oh, not any viewers. Oh, I lost them all. A little controversy, a little bit of news broke. Usman Nurmagomedov, I think he's related to Khabib, took on Paul Hughes for the second time. Controversy. 50-45. A judge scored 50-45, and that sparked significant backlash from fans and analysts who felt the fight was much closer and that Hughes had strong moments, especially in the later rounds. Additionally, Nurmagomedov was not penalized for multiple fouls, including warrant strikes and a headbutt, which further fueled the controversy. Now, I'm not going to say anything about anything because I don't say controversial things on this show. But Nurmagomedov, you're fighting in Saudi. You're probably going to get the edge on the scorecards. That's what happened. Nurmagomedov, it's still your PFL. I think it is, I'm sorry, I should be more, welterweight or lightweight, one of my favorite. But, yeah, post-fight, Hughes said that he had a significant eye injury, and Nurmagomedov's performance was marred by the controversial judges and fouls. The decision had overshadowed Nurmagomedov's undefeated record, and Hughes remains a prominent figure in MMA. So there you go. But if I'm the PFL CEO, we can do Nurmagomedov versus Hughes 3. Money. Controversy creates cash. You know who said that? A great man named Eric Bischoff. And if I was the PFL CEO, the matchmaker, that's where I would go next. We're going to still stay in the combat sports. Oh, sorry, before I move on from PFL, shout out to Sergio Pettis. Sergio Pettis spinning KO. Oh my God. What a knockout. There was no controversy in that. That was a knockout for the ages. Sergio Pettis, if you know who he is a younger brother of former UFC and WEC lightweight champion Anthony Pettis. He was in the UFC. I think he got to number one contendership. Didn't really do it. Didn't make it to the championship. But he still made a name for himself. And that's spinning KO. Take a swig. That chef's kiss. Chef's kiss on that. Sergio Pettis, congrats. But now I want to take it to something that not a lot of people know about. It's not boxing per se. It's not MMA. It's bare knuckle. That's right. Like how we grew up when men were men and boys were boys. Mike Perry took on Jeremy Stephens. Both former UFC fighters have history together as being controversial. We all remember, who the fuck is that guy? Conor McGregor said that Jeremy Stephens. Well, those two fought over the weekend, and Mike Perry won in a 5th round knockout. Mike Perry, let me tell you something about Platinum Mike Perry. He is a character. A character, let me say, okay? And he never really got to the top tier of MMA, but he found his placing in bare knuckle fighting. He's 6-0. He's knocking everybody out. He's like the Michael Jordan of that. That bare knuckle fighting is perfect for somebody like Platinum Mike Perry. And speaking about the BKFC front, I am going to work on maybe interviewing a BKFC fighter. Yes, I will talk more about that once I gotta reach out to him and get this idea out of my brain. But that would be a great interview. I'm looking forward to that. So, we were in the ring, we were in the octagon, we were in the cage. Now we're going to the diamond. Yes, the MLB postseason is heating up. And obviously the Seattle Mariners and the Milwaukee Brewers are still in it. They just started playing. They didn't have to go to the wild card. But what the heck is going on in New York? Blue Jays, Toronto up 2-0. Oh my God, both dominant wins. I'm sitting there. Let me tell you, I'm sitting there. I'm waiting for the wedding to start. I sneak out to like a little bar area, and I'm watching the game. And Aaron Judge strikes out, and Giancarlo Stanton strikes out, and Toronto just turns up the heat, and I don't know what's gonna happen. But the Yankees got to do something. I don't know if they can get Derek back on the field or something's got to happen. Get the ghost of Babe Ruth needs to help them. Because right now, they are in deep trouble. But if any team knows about coming back from being down in the series, it's the New York Yankees. Is somebody coming to my door? Sorry. But these doors, we're on the top floor, so anytime anybody walks up the stairs, we can hear him. But I think it's my neighbor. I don't know his name. We lived here for 2 years. Horrible. But my pick, the Seattle Mariners, came back last night to tie it up against the Detroit Tigers. That's going to be a fun series. Really nothing. Tied up 1-1. Let's go. Tonight, it's the National League's turn. Dodgers and Brewers are up 1-0 against the Phillies and the Cubs. I really see that as the NLC championship. NLCS. I see it the Dodgers and I see the Brewers. And postseason is exciting. We have many games left. Everybody's still in it. The Yankees got to do something, though. I'm telling you, if they want to move on to be getting the number 28 championship, they got to do something. And really, that's it on the baseball front. Postseason heating up. I can't wait till the World Series. Like I said, like Brat said that, we officially have said the Seattle Mariners versus the Milwaukee Brewers. And now, as we know, it's Monday, Football Sunday. We are going to talk about my co-host, Chad LGBT. He put his picks out on Instagram. By the way, we have a Twitter now. Follow us. Brat said that X. Brat said that X. And you can find his picks every Thursday. Charlie LGBT, I got to tell you, buddy. You went 6 for 6. The Chiefs haven't played yet. But you went 500. You went 500. But he did get the lock of the week, which was the Detroit Lions, He said that was going to be the lock of the week. He got the win. And tonight the Chiefs are playing. He picked the Broncos, Chad ZBT. You're, I think, the only one in the world that picked the Broncos to win. As a Las Vegas resident and a Raider fan since 2001, the Raiders suck. They're so bad. It's so bad. The Raiders suck, but I'm used to it. They haven't been good since 2003. Excuse me. Fat, out of breath. Really, nothing else surprising me. Let's see here. The Titans won. That was a good game. That was a very good game. ChatGPT, you picked the Titans to win on that one. Speaking about bad teams, let's just admit it. Jets, stop. 0-4. You're just... you see that? That is New York, and that is the last time the Jets were good. The 0-4, you're not doing anything good. Just stop. Speaking about Jets not having a good time, former Jets quarterback Mark Sanchez got arrested over the weekend. Go read into that. That is some crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy. I was reading something about him. I have it right here, ChatGPT. Post up about what happened. What happened to Mark Sanchez, please. So, he got arrested over the weekend. And, oh no, not only did he get arrested, he got stabbed. The dude got stabbed. Oh my God. Let me read you back. Okay, ChatGPT. Former NFL quarterback and current Fox Sports analyst Mark Sanchez was arrested following a violent altercation in Indianapolis on Saturday. Initially charged with 3 misdemeanors, battery with injury, unlawful entry of a motor vehicle, and public intoxication. His case has escalated after further investigation. Oh my God. With a potential prison sentence of 1 to 6 years. Well, I'll tell you that. Getting arrested for 1 to 6 years sounds a lot better than being on the New York Jets right now. An altercation occurred around 12:30 near a hotel loading dock where Sanchez reportedly confronted a truck driver using cooking oil. After using pepper spray to defend himself, the cooking oil trucker alleged that Sanchez threw him to the ground, prompting him to stab Sanchez in self-defense. Oh my God. It is just worse and worse for the Jets. I know he's not part of the Jets, but Mark Sanchez, let's be honest, you probably would want him on your team. He was the last quarterback that actually won a playoff game for you. Back-to-back AFC championships. But geez, he was arrested and posted a $300 bond. We're going to talk about that next week too when more news comes up. But I do want to say that the NFL did lose Arthur Jones, brother of John Jones. He passed away this weekend at 39. I don't have exactly what happened, but it said 39. That's way too young. I'm 37. I can't imagine that happening, especially to a family member. I don't care for John Jones, but my prayers go out to you and the family. That must be really tough. But yeah, rest in peace. He was a Super Bowl champion with the Ravens. Passed away at 39. That's heartbreaking. But moving on, I wasn't going to talk about this, but as I was getting ready, breaking news. LeBron is making a second decision. If we all remember the first decision back in 2010, when he left Cleveland to go to Miami, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach. We all remember that. Then they got the super team with 1, 2, and 3. Lost to Dirk in the finals. But he's making a second decision. I don't see him leaving the Lakers. It's pretty deep in the preseason. So I think Brat said that, we're going to say he's going to retire this year. This is going to be the GOAT's farewell season. He's going to talk about... All he wanted to do was play long enough to play with Ronnie. And he did it last year for a couple of games. So LeBron... I'm going to say something kind of controversial when it comes to basketball. But LeBron James is the GOAT. Brat said that. He is better than Jordan. Yes, Jordan had more rings, but LeBron, the legacy that he had, the longevity. LeBron is number 1. Jordan is number 2. Kobe's number 3. We're going to speak more about the Lakers in a second. I got a fun announcement to make at the end of the show. But LeBron will announce that 2025-2026 NBA season is his last. And he's going to be the bearer standard of basketball. How do you play for 20? He got drafted in 2003. He's won 3 championships, been to the finals 8 times. He's the greatest of all time. He's the leading scorer. He's number 1 in everything. Drafted right out of high school. LeBron James making his decision. He's going to retire. That's what I said. If it's something breaking news, like he's not going to play this year, I will have an emergency Brat to that pod. But really, that's what's going to happen. But my other co-host, Penny the Pug, she has her polling with Penny results. Now, Thursday night, I was at a casino. My lovely girlfriend, she was playing bingo with her friends for a bachelorette party. And I'm sitting in the sports bar watching the Rams, watching the 49ers, watching the Yankee game. And it was a crazy atmosphere. There was like 100 people there. They were all liquored up. And I'm like, what do people prefer? Do they like staying at home, calm, watching the game live? Or do they like going out with bars, drinking the beers, hanging out with the bros? 75% said staying home alone. 25% saying staying out with people, bars, and friends. personally, I like staying home. Okay, I like staying home. I like having the game on. I'm usually on my phone tweeting news and stuff. But that is the penny poll. We will post another penny poll in a few days. Please vote, or else my dog will be sad. But before we get off, that's what I'm saying. She's sad. She said vote. I told you, don't interrupt me while I'm doing this, okay? Go. But we have to give out the second ever Bratwurst of the Week. If you don't know what the Bratwurst of the Week is, that is when I give out the award for the worst thing that happened in sports, in pro wrestling, in mixed martial arts, in any of that genre. It was a tie. I had it locked. It's not a tie. It came down to two things. It was the rookie from Carolina, or Arizona Cardinals, Amari DiMercato, dropping the ball before he crosses the line, just like last week's winner, the first ever Bratwurst Award winner. He did it again. But the winner of the Bratwurst Award for this week goes to Hollywood Haley J for her power slap performance. Okay, so there's one thing I'm probably not going to talk about a lot, and it's power slap. I don't hate it as much as I did. I despised it. I really did. But it kind of grew on me. I still think the thing's all silly. I still think it's, I think it's, to use the better word, dumb. But Hollywood Haley J, Power Slap, had an event this week, and she was agonizing her opponent, saying like, and stuff. She was like, talking all this shit with her long blonde hair. And then she got up there, and one slap, knocked out. Embarrassing. So Hollywood Haley J, you win the Brat Said That Bratwurst of the Week. Congratulations. But really, that's it for this week. I'm upset I can't do my watch along tomorrow, but we will try that out. I still plan on seeing The Smashing Machine, giving you a movie review. But that is it. I do want to make an announcement that next week on the 15th, next Wednesday, I am going to watch the Dallas Mavericks take on the Los Angeles Lakers with my best friend Terrell at, I think it's Thomas and Mack or T-Mobile Arena. And it would be the first ever Brat Said That vlog. We're going to vlog the whole thing. We thought of a fun name. It's, as you can tell, this is a very Brat-heavy theme. Bratwurst, Brat Said That. Where Brat at? That is going to be the name for our vlogs. I will post that next week, maybe on the next Thursday show. But that is it for the show. I got three viewers. Let's keep it going. It would be on YouTube. Share it to your friends. I'm working hard at this. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Brat Said That X. I got a microphone now. And really, that is it. Let's take it over to my co-host, Penny. What do you got to say to the fans? She says, take your poll, enjoy your sports, and get your dog sprayed and neutered. All right, folks. That is it. Swing for the road. Thank you for watching episode number 4. We will be back Thursday for another episode for the 5th installment of Brat Said That. I don't have a catchy going away line, but sports.